And he's like, I see what you're doing here. It absolutely blew me away. I've been part of kind of these organizations for a while now, and we've all been kind of, I would say, accumulating together. And Corey is the one person I've been following the whole entire time. I actually have an education in finance, and basically classically trained in finance. And Corey was the one person that was actually saying the right things. You know, if anybody's part of this space, how many times do you hear, hey, we're gonna flip an account, look at my, you know, I made millions of dollars overnight. And you just see so many false things in this industry. And Corey was the one guy that was like, hey, you know, this is how it really is. You know, this is the tough truth, but also the beautiful truth about what is possible in this space. You know, these are the returns that you can expect. And I was like, wow, this guy's actually saying stuff that makes sense. So ever since I heard him speak, I was like, I'm following this guy. It was a no-brainer. Corey's like, thank you for following me. I'm like, who's not following you? He's the one guy that's literally saying the truth. So it's a no-brainer to me, and I'm truly honored to be a part of this. So I'll talk a little bit about my story. Like I said, trading was really my goal even before fitness. It was one of my first goals. Like as a kid, I wanted to be a trader. The most successful family member I had was a trader, and I just saw the things that came with it. He was the hero of my family, and you know, I love superheroes. I wanted to be the hero of my family. He had the freedom, he had the houses, he could help my family when we were in need. I was like, I want that. What is that? And I essentially learned that he clicks a button and makes money. It's like, wow, that's incredible. How do I achieve that? You know, it's just asking the questions. How do I get there? So I asked, and this wasn't the information era, so it was like, go to school. So I was one of the people that actually went to school for this. I was like, hey, my name is Noah. I want to learn how to trade stocks, because stocks were the kind of sexy thing then. Cryptocurrencies. So I got in there, and I remember 5 years went by, and only one class out of 5 years did they bring up the charts and take one trade. 5 years. My face flew off my head. I was like, I cannot believe that nobody's going to teach me how to trade here. And so I went up to my professor and I said, well, if you guys aren't going to teach me how to trade, how do I learn how to trade? And he was like, well, you need an internship. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and get an internship. So I did 23 interviews in 1 month. I get so nervous with interviews. And I just botched everything because I wanted it so bad. I don't know if anybody's wanted something so bad that you're just like terrible. You know, you overthink everything. And so I was doing all these interviews, and somehow I got one of the top internships as a bond portfolio management intern. Awesome, right? Well, on paper, awesome. Really, when I was in there, it was kind of like, hey, run these reports, go grab the coffee. Okay. Well, when am I going to learn how to trade? So I'm not trying to say the corporate world or anything. Just we had a culture of information hoarding. It wasn't like, hey, let me help you. It was like, hey, don't look at what I'm doing because I want to keep my job. So I asked them. I said, well, okay, you guys aren't going to teach me how to trade. How do I learn how to trade? So they said, hey, go ahead and take this exam. It's called the CFA exam. Anybody study for the CFA exam? Anybody unfortunate enough to study for that? It's 300 hours per exam. There's 3 parts. Only did one, luckily, and realized that exam doesn't teach you how to trade. So continue to ask the questions. Well, how do I learn how to trade? So I get, hey, why don't you start shadowing people on the floor of the CME group? I lived in Chicago, so we're like, okay, cool. Somehow finagled my way onto the floor a few times on the CME group, and the guys would do whatever they were doing. I had no idea what they were doing. Just see them kind of shout or whatever. And got lunch with them, and that was that. How do I learn how to trade? So after talking to more and more people, it turned out that trading was a soft skill. Trading was something that you learned from your dad, or you were fortunate enough to be inside a circle of traders. It's kind of an inside gig. And anybody I knew who was actually trading, like, yeah, you know, my dad was on the floor. I really didn't hear any stories much different than that. So unfortunately, that dream started to die out. So here I am, decades later. I open up my first trading account. This was stocks at the time. I make my trades. I'm feeling like, okay, I've done this for long enough. I've got to be successful, right? I lose all my money. Here I am, decades later, trained in finance. I've had the best internship. I've shadowed people on the floors, and I know nothing about trading. That's done. So at that point, I decided to say, hey, well, what else can I do? I'm interested in fitness, so it was great. I helped people change their bodies. And that seemed to be my passion at the time. And actually, just stumbling upon Instagram, I actually learned about trading from this beautiful lady right here.
You got that. You got that. Yes, you did.
So, my girlfriend, Pearl, a beast in the gym, if you've ever seen her. She was lunging 135 pounds. I can't even do that. So I was like, you are incredible. So I just started following her, and I saw that she was trading. This is something that I only thought, like, very few, you either lived in New York, you were on the exchange, you had family. A girl who's squatting, lunging 135, placing trades on MetaTrader 4. What is going on? I'm interested. Beyond interested. I was sold. Luckily, she's sold on me too. So she was like, hey, I have a trading mentor. Trading mentor? I can't even believe these things existed, because I came from the era where information wasn't really there anymore. This was like before YouTube, and just that idea kind of died out. And I found out about organizations like we're in now that have people teaching us how to actually trade. And it was unbelievable. I was like, people could have been teaching me this the entire time. And it was great news that this was possible, but so frustrating that it was just kind of like information hoarding. And that's why it's so beautiful to see this, the share of information. If anybody knows how Wall Street is or financial products are, and this is kind of the beauty of the crypto space, is we're now having access to things that can gain us freedom. And it only used to be for the rich. And that's one of the reasons, and I align so much with Corey, is when I was in corporate finance, I wasn't helping anybody. Like, nobody was like, hey, if you don't make me my next billion, I'm going to be starving. No. I want to help people more directly. And that's where I got into the fitness space. And then with this trading space, seeing the average person have their life changed forever with a skill set that they can hold on to forever was mind-blowing. This is my journey. And it didn't just go all sunshine and roses from there. Because, okay, I'm still decades in with zero experience. And so I'm still starting from scratch with everybody here. And really, just like Jay's been saying, just like Corey's been saying, it's something that you have to be driven for. You have to never give up. I remember so many days, and I know many of you are going to relate to this, is there's going to be times where people don't believe in you. Yep. There's going to be times where people make fun of you for doing this. They're going to say nobody gets rich trading. Do you know how many people fail trading? The people I loved scoffed at me, and it broke my heart. And it was tough to overcome. It was tough to the point where I couldn't tell the people I cared about that I was trading. I would just be on the charts every single night, feeling like an idiot, actually. Just kind of like, please, hopefully this works one day. It's been years now. I mean, you have streams of good days, but then you have your bad days. We don't talk about the times where you finally get that little bit of traction, but then you blow that next account in the worst time possible. I remember Pearl and I, we had days where, we always try to have a smile on, but we come home and break down in tears. And it's not easy, because we're dealing with money. In fitness, it's one thing, hey, you get a little bit fat, you fall off. It's like not that big of a deal. But like when you fail in trading, it's a big deal. It hurts hard. Still hurts. Pearl knows the other day I missed out on a humongous opportunity. I might have had a different car than I didn't. And it stung. It's one of the more fun stings, but the stings that hurt the most is because a lot of us here, we're entrepreneurs. We're here making ourselves from scratch. And that starts from zero. And that's what a lot of people don't share with everybody. A lot of us we don't have much right now. We have millions and millions of dollars in our heart, but not in our pockets just yet. And when we're dealing with money, anything that depletes that, it hurts. So, carrying the story a little bit further, it truly was a grind. You have to put in the time. You have to be the person that where you're in the darkness is what I call it. You have to walk through darkness to see the light. And go through that darkness. Let the people make fun of you. Stay close to the people that believe you. That is everything. I'll tell Corey a million times. He's one of the only people that have truly believed in me, and I own the world for him. I have very, very few people that have believed in me, like Corey does, and Pearl.
And I'll leave.
So if you're fortunate enough to have those people, keep them close. Do what you can for them. I'll give my shirt off my back for anybody who believes in me. Because that's the game changer. And those people, if anybody's out there, just know how important that is. If you don't necessarily understand what they're going through, just believe in them. What's the worst that can happen? So carry a little bit more forward. It really is just putting in the time, not giving up on yourself. And luckily, I finally came across that click. That's kind of how it goes for us. Is you have this path of darkness, you have this just bottoming out, and then you have what's called the hockey stick. And that was when cryptocurrency came along. I was with a group of people, a small group of people, and some of us had some money, some of us didn't. Actually, a lot of us, we just didn't have much money at all. But with cryptocurrency, we just had this motto. We were like, let's go broke on crypto. We were already broke, so this is like super broke. So we just started everything we could. We would just throw it into crypto. We just really believed in this space. And this is what I'm here to share with you today, is how to look at this space and how to understand the value in this space. So we went broke on crypto, and if you haven't seen, you'll see very shortly what crypto has done. It really, really can change the game. So we had this small group of people where we would just have these check-ins. We'd say who's made $100? Who's made $200? And at the beginning, it was, not many people. Somebody might say, I made $500, blah, blah, blah. But it soon came to a point where we would be like, who's made $10,000? Everybody made $10,000. And this was only a few months in. And we were blown away. So we had $10,000, we had $20,000, we had people making $100,000. We had a few millionaires in our group. And it was the game changer. I can speak only personally, but me, I want to help people without treating them like a number. When I'm a fitness coach and I have to worry about the next bill, I now need to treat you like a number. That sucks. And I can't make clear decisions. But once that financial equation is gone, you can truly be there for people. You can truly be there for yourself and be who you want to be. And that's why this is my mission, is financial freedom gives you the ability to be yourself. When we're backed up against the wall, we have limited thinking, we have to make survival decisions. But what if we can make those decisions just from our heart? So that's my mission. I want to do that with cryptocurrency. I believe this is the next space. This is the opportunity, this is the wave, to the point that if you guys can just stay in this game for long enough, I promise you, you will stumble across success. And that's my mission in this space.